data, that every newly inserted data should come into instance memory only. First of all, that's a way. I can't go directly into database. My first way is what now? Whatever you want to insert data into Oracle, so first your data will go to instance only. From the instance, later it will transfer to database. Okay, now? So in that way, the architecture will be designed by people. Okay, so that is the reason what it was happened. Whatever I was inserted here, this inserted data first it will be saved under RAM memory. RAM is nothing but what? Instance. So in that it will be saved. Okay, now? Right. But here observe carefully. So once your data was successfully entered into instance memory and still your data was there in the instance memory, exactly at this point of time, if user, unfortunately, he was disconnected. Okay, now what he will do? He was disconnected, then what it was happened, your data will be destroyed. Okay, and vanished. Your data also destroyed or vanished here. Okay, so because reason is what now, still your data is not entered into database memory, not in hard disk, still your data was there under instance memory only. So in that way, if you disconnected, suddenly if you close your Oracle application, then what it was happened, whatever the data was there in the instance memory, this data is also vanished. It means destroyed. Okay, now? So this is what it was happened. So that is the reason what the people will do now. Observe. What the people will do now. Okay. Now they will be connected successfully and they inserted. So insert into so-and-so table. Okay. I'm passing 1 comma Smith. So then what I said, this data will come to first where it is instance memory. So your data will be stay here 1 comma Smith. Okay. And now what you want to do? Now user want to decide, okay, whether I want to store my data permanently or not. It's your choice. That means in Oracle, data storage is a choice of user, not your Oracle server. Okay. So your inserted data you want to store permanently or not. The choice is programmer choice. The server will give the choice to programmer. Your wish, your data, whatever you want to do, that's your wish. Okay. So I'm not the responsibility person. Okay, now? So then the choice is users. Now suppose here my data, whatever I was inserted in the instance memory. So what I feel, no, this data I want to store permanently. So whenever I want to store permanently means what I want to do, I need to immediately do one command here. The command is called as what? Commit. What I want to use? Commit. So when user explicitly, he was going to be committed, then only what it was happened, this instance memory data will be transferred into database memory. So now it will be transferred 1 comma Smith. And the data here it will be now tell me, where is your data now? My data into database. So once that means this instance memory, how it will go to database? After commit only. If you're not committed, your data still in instance memory. Okay, na? When you committed, then only data permanently saved. And where it will be saved? In your database component. And this database component memory allocating by the system from where it is? Hard disk. So that means now my data is permanent. Okay. And once your data successfully reaching to your database, okay, now you can come out and you have to do what? Disconnect now. Now you have to do disconnect. And now tell me, your data will be there or destroyed? There are? Yes, data was there. Okay, now? So this is what the two memories will be useful under server. So server will maintain these two memories. For what purpose? One is a temporary storage purpose. One is a permanent storage purpose. And temporary storage data, when you want to permanent, then user has a chance either you want to permanent or not. Okay, now? So here I was given some information about instance and database. Now here I'm using commit, I said. So you're asking questions, sir, what is commit? So commit, rollback, save point, insert command, update command, these all are called as what now? Queries. And those queries we will discuss in our classes one by one. And again, there again, commit command explanation, I will go to again explain this, okay, with the another level. Okay, na? Right. So now this is what it was happened, the client and the server. So integrations, okay, are integrated together, how it was working. Okay. Now see the same thing practically I will show you, then you will get some idea. Okay, right. And now guys, here, after you have to go and install your database now, okay, then you will get a one icon here. So what is my icon now? SQL plus icon. So this icon, you will get it after installation successfully done. Okay. Then what you want to do, come out and open this tool. And this is my client tool. So which client tool I'm using? SQL plus. And now see here. So whenever you want to open this client tool, it doesn't like that I can go directly and connect to my Oracle. Yes or no? It immediately asking what now? Enter username. Okay. So what is our user? System. Okay, now? Yes. After that, it was asking what? Password. What is my password? Tiger. And this password is created by who? User. At the time, installation. So at the time of installation, whatever the password was given by user, and that password should use here along with your system user. Okay, now? Right. My password is, okay, I will enter Tiger. So I already typed, but it was not printed. Yes or no? Already it was typed, but it is not showing because of reason security. So, but now we can go to execute. Now, yes, I was successfully connected. So now after connected, it will be clearly showing that which version are you using. So connected to, I'm using which version? Oracle database 19C version I'm using. And which type? Enterprise edition. I'm not using Express edition. I'm using what? Enterprise edition 19C. It was very clear, okay, without hiding any information here. Okay, now? Right. And after that, guys, here, then what I want to do, I'm creating one sample table. Okay, carefully observe. This queries I will explain to you in the next class. But here, what is that? What we can say? The topic understanding purpose I'm taking. Okay. Now, test number 66, some serial number and data type integer, some name and data type is char of some size and something. Okay, now here, why sir are you created table means, I already said to you, object relational databases always storing the data in the format of table. Can you remember? Yes. So object relational databases are always storing the data in the format of table. Without a table, data cannot be stored. So that is the reason first I will create my table. So it was clearly showing us table is created, right? Now, after that, I just come out and to insert some data. Now this is insert query. The test number 66, sending values, okay. For 1021, the employee name is what now? Smith. This is one new record and new row I am inserting now. And whenever I was inserted here, the row is created, but created row data where it is instance, where it is instance, not in database. So now my data was there under instance, but here I'm not committed. Okay, without commit, what I can do, I'm going to directly close my Oracle application. Got it my point now? I just directly close my application. After close your application and call this again. Okay, again it is asking to me, please enter your username. So now I will enter my username is what now? Okay, system. And if you want to see your password, then here itself you can put it / and give your password, then it will be showing us what is your password? Tiger. And I connected. So I successfully connected again. And after connected, let me come out and call your table. So if I'm going to call this table, okay, select a star from, okay, what is my table name? Test number 66. And before test number 66, if I want to call, first I will show you this table is there in my database or not. So whenever you want to see your list of tables in database, then we are using tab. Okay, select a star from tab, and there are so many tables, and in the so many tables, our table is there or not? Check it out. Total 160 tables are there. So table number student 1, test 99. Yes, our table is there now. Yes, test number 66. The table is there. Okay, fine. That means my table is available here. And now let me call the table. I'm calling by using of select statement, test number 66. Okay. Then tell me your data is there or not there. Your data is there? No. Let me try and see what's happened. No rows. So data is there? No. Why, sir? Because what we said, the data was there under instance. So instance means what we said, temporary storage. Okay, now. So when you disconnected without commit, once you disconnected, then your data will be loose. Okay, now. Now what I'm going to do, now again I'm inserting now. Insert into test number 66, sending values. Now this time 1 comma ln. Okay, I'm going to execute now. But still, this data where it is instance only. Now, what I want to do immediately commit. So whenever I committed, now the data where it is in database. That means your data transferred from instance memory to database memory. After that, after committed, let me come and close your Oracle application again. So I close it here. And after close and again come back to your Oracle, and it was asking to you enter your username, and my username is what now? Okay, system, and my password is what? Tiger. Again I was connected, and let me call my table. This time what it was happened, you can see. Now tell me, you have a data now? Yes. Now you can see your data was there. Concept clear? Yes or no? This is what we called as a data, how it was temporary and why it was saving under instance memory. Okay, now? Right. So that is what I'm discussing with you guys here. So now carefully observe. So inserted data will go for first temporary. If you committed, then only permanent. If you're not committed, then your data temporarily stored. Okay, now? This is what we called as guys here client server architecture, how internally these two components are interacting to each other. Okay, na? And in your server component, that instance memory, database memory, how it will be maintained and work. Okay, na? Right. And the next scenario, this diagram, everything in the notes. Okay, I'm going to upload into Google Classroom. So from there you can download. Okay, na? Right. And these are the reasons of this. Okay, right. And now successfully we installed, and installation after what it was happened, you know. Okay, and data how it will be saved and data how it will be processed, we know. Yes or no? Now, so now what I want to do, now I want to work. Okay, now we can see, take siding, take note point below. Now below write down. So when, okay, when we want to work on, when we want to work on Oracle database server, work on Oracle database server, then we need follow the following two steps mechanism. Follow the following two steps. Okay, procedure, two steps procedure. Okay, first one, step number 1. First one is connect. Step number 2 is called as what now? Communicate. Okay, right. So, okay, finally, now I reach to work on Oracle. But work on Oracle, what we want to come? First, you should connect and later communicate. So, here, connect already I show you with username and password, you want to connect. But what is communication here? Communication means what? Okay, let me see. Simply, you want to understand to these two steps, why should we want to follow means, for example, suppose you and your friend, okay, na? So both are working in IT industry or any job, okay? So for example, your friend was working in the location of Mumbai and you was working in Hyderabad, okay, na? So your friend was working in Mumbai and you was working in Hyderabad. So now, okay, both are working in different locations. So now, what is the need here? You need to talk to your friend. Okay, now you need to talk to your friend. For the talking purpose, nowadays we are using what? Mobiles. So we have a mobile application. So we are using mobile applications to talk to our friends. Okay, now, so okay, so you started now. So you have a mobile number. Okay, everything was there, and you just go to dial. When you dial to your friend number, okay, and the call is going to your friend mobile, and suppose, and the first attempt, your friend was not lift the call. Okay, now, so he was not lift your call. Then tell me, your call is connected or not connected? Not connected. If it is not connected, can I communicate? No, impossible. I can't communicate here. Okay, okay, fine. After 5 minutes, again I try to call my friend. Okay, again I dial. So the second time, your friend lift the call. When your friend lift the call, can you see your mobile screen? What is the statement? Connected. Can you find out anybody? Yes or no? Yes, the statement will come to you, connected. Yes or no? Okay, fine. So call successfully connected. After connected, okay, what we want to do? Let's start communication. Okay, Hyra, how are you? What are you doing? So this kind of communication we are started. Okay, so after connected, then started communication. Got it my point now? Here tell me, for your connectivity purpose, what you used? Connectivity purpose, what you used? Mobile device. Yes or no? Or used one mobile device. So mobile is one device, is a one tool. And with the help of that tool, I just connected. Okay, now next one, what? Communication. So communication purpose, what we want to use? Come on, guys. Now I'm communicating with you. Now I'm communicating now. So I'm communicating with you. What I'm using? Language. Okay, now. So if any two objects they want to communicate to each other, they need a language or not? Yes. So I'm using language. Okay. So, and the language also, how it will be? Both should be know that. Yes or no? For unfortunately, you are a Telugu person. Your friend is a Hindi person. He doesn't know Telugu. He doesn't know Hindi. What happened? The communication will go for good or bad? The communication is not good. He was telling something he didn't understand. He was responding something he didn't understand. So totally miscommunicated. Yes or no? So the communication, how it was happened in between the two objects with a common language, and that language should know both of them. Yes or no? Yes. So then only communication is started. Same as, let me come. Suppose here, we are the users. Our need is what now? To work on Oracle database. To work on Oracle database. Okay, now? First step is what now? I am connecting. I am connecting. Okay, successfully connected. Second step, what now? Next, after connecting, communication. So communication I have to do with my database. So connectivity purpose, I need a tool, and that tool I'm using what now? SQL what? Plus. I'm using which tool? SQL Plus. Okay. So with the help of this SQL Plus tool, I was connected successfully. What is the next one? Communication. So communication purpose, what should be required? Language. You required what? Language. And what is our language? SQL. SQL. Understand now? So now tell me, SQL plus SQL, both are same or different? Both are different. SQL plus is a just one device, one tool. Okay, it's like a mobile device. Okay, SQL is what now? Language. So SQL plus is a different. SQL is a different. So yesterday some students are asking, sir, what is the differences between SQL plus and SQL? Okay, now understand now. SQL plus is just a tool. Okay, it's just a software. It's just a tool. But SQL is a language. Okay, now communication purpose, this language I'm using. And you're asking, sir, only this language only can understand database? Means yes. Databases are only they can understand which language? SQL only. If you send your request in C language database not understanding. C++ not understanding. Java not understanding. Python not understanding. .NET not understanding. Databases are understanding, or databases are, they will get the answer, they will get the request. How it was understand the request means in the format of SQL. So that means here database knows only SQL language. Okay, now, but database already knows that. Okay, but SQL, who doesn't know? Who doesn't know? Users. So users doesn't know SQL, but database know SQL. Whatever user want to communicate with your database friend is always understand SQL only. But who doesn't know? Users. Then who want to learn? That's why you are learning. Huh? So who want to learn now? Users want to learn. That's why we are learning. Understand? Huh? So that means we are communicating to database. Database know only one language. That language SQL. But unfortunately, I don't know SQL. That means who want to learn? User want to learn. So that is the reason your SQL classes are we are learning. Okay, na? So they understand the concept. These are the two steps. And what I want to say, first one is what? Connect. Write down. When a user want to connect to Oracle database server, then we need a database tool. Then we need a database tool is called as SQL plus. So here I'm using SQL plus. That's why I'm using SQL plus only. Otherwise, you can use SQL developer also. Otherwise, you can use a Thoda also. Okay, now right? We need a database tool is called as SQL. And second one, step number 2, communicate. Okay, now, so whenever a user want to communicate, communicate with database, okay, then we need a database language. Is called as what is now SQL. Okay, right. So here the question, if any interview person is asking, what is the differences between SQL plus versus SQL? If anybody asks you in your interviews, okay, now tell them these points. Now take siding. So SQL plus and what next? SQL. Okay, the first point. SQL plus, okay, is a database tool. SQL is a database language. Next point. It is used to connect. It is used to connect to Oracle database server. It is used to what purpose? Communicate with the database. Next one. This tool was introduced. So who was introduced? This tool means this tool was introduced by Oracle Corporation people. Oracle Corporation. Okay. And here, so SQL was introduced. Any expectation? Who was introduced SQL? Any guessing? Huh? SQL was introduced by who? By who is that? IBM. SQL plus, okay, will SQL plus will work as an editor for writing and executing SQL queries, okay, and PLSQL programs. SQL queries and PLSQL programs. Okay, so SQL plus, okay, not only for connectivity purpose, even though I can use as an what? Editors. So now tell me, editors, sir, why we want to use? For example, you need to write a C program. What is your editor? Turbo C. C++, Turbo C++. Java, Eclipse, MyEclipse, Edit Plus, Notepad. .NET people are using Visual Studio .NET. Yes or no? Python people? What is your editor? Huh? MyCharm. PyCharm. So these are what now? Editors. So these editors, every programming language is having its own editors. And with the help of that editors, we are developing our code, writing, executing all kind of things we can do it. Same as in our database also, if you want to write SQL queries or PLSQL programs, the both I can use what now? SQL plus. That means this is not only for connectivity purpose, even though I can use as an editor for writing and as well as executing. Understand now? Right. And now SQL. SQL is having, okay, having sub languages, languages. Okay, so your shortcut I'm writing DDL. DDL means data definition language. DML, data manipulation. DRL, data retrieval. TCL, transaction control. DCL, data control. Okay, so SQL is having sub languages. So these are the sub languages are here. So these sub languages are Okay, used for what purpose? To perform some operations. To perform some operations over what? Database. Okay, right. So these are the differences of SQL and SQL plus. Okay, and now we will start my first step. What is my first step here? Connecting. And now we will go for how to connect your Oracle. Take now steps to connect to Oracle database server. Okay now. So how I need to connect here? Okay, now see, after installation, okay, what do you want to do? Go to your all programs. Go to your all programs. Next, go to Oracle underscore home folder. And next one is what now? Click on SQL plus, okay, icon. And after click on SQL plus icon, so what is my next level? Okay, SQL plus icon, and immediately it was asking, what is what asking to you? Enter what? Username. So what is your username by default? System. System is called as a default user, which was given by Oracle Corporation people. Default user. And this system user password, whatever we created at the time of installation, that password should be gave it. So this password created at the time of what? Installation. At the time of installation. Okay, now. Okay, right. So this is how the steps you can follow it here initially and first time whenever you want to working with your SQL plus, and go to all programs, go to Oracle underscore home folder, and there it will be having SQL plus icon, and click on this icon. It will be open your wizard, and in the wizard you can enter your username and password. Okay, now. So let me come out and see. So here you have that option. Here, what is this? All apps. So go to your all apps here. Okay, after come back to down. Okay, and go for your Oracle Home Edition. Okay, so Oracle Home Edition. Okay, so whatever it was there here. So this Home Edition, you can follow it now. Okay, and you want to expand this and go to here, and you have a icon. What is your icon? SQL plus, and click on that icon. Okay, so simply I can click on this icon. So when you click on icon, what we said, you will get one wizard, SQL plus wizard, and in this immediately it is asking to you what now? Username, and definitely you have to enter first your username. So I will enter username and asking password. My password is Tiger. So when I was entered the username and password, and you will be get the message connected. Okay. So if you get this message, there is nothing problem, and you can happily do your works. Okay, now, right. But sometimes what happens? Suppose you're getting connected. If you get connected, nothing problem. You can work your works. Okay. But sometimes what happened after installation also, we are unable to connect our Oracle. So at the time we are getting some water, the connectivity problems. And what kind of connectivity problems generally we are facing at the time of connecting level? Okay, let me see the below write down. Oracle connectivity problems. Oracle connectivity problems. So problem number one. So this is the initially non-IT background students or IT background students who are unable to work on, or who are still now they don't know Oracle. So these steps are as it is follow. Practicing level is very good for you. Okay, no? Right. Problem number one. What is my problem here? Carefully observe. Okay. So first I'm doing something here. What I'm doing later I will show you. Okay. Okay. Right. And let me come out and see this. So I did something that I will explain to you later and come back here. I close this all and come to. So the same thing you just followed here, you can come out and open your SQL Plus as usual. Okay. And you just taken out this and come back to your enter username. So I will go for to enter my username system, and my password is also I entered Tiger. But what it was happen sometimes whenever you want to connect it here, so you will get my first problem that is called as what now? TNS protocol adapter error. Okay, that means you are unable to connecting to your Oracle. It was showing error message to you after, even though I entered my correct username and correct password, but still I'm getting a problem. The problem is what now? TNS protocol adapter. Got it my point now? So this problem, whenever you will be faced at the time of connectivity, what I want to do, sir? Understand now? Write down below. My first problem. Write this. Okay, right. So now when you get this problem and how to overcome, sir, and problem solution is what? So the solution of this problem, okay, let me see. The first of all, you should go like, okay, when you face this, first what you want to do, you need to check some services. Okay, now, so I just minimize and go to your search. Okay, and here you entered one option. That option is called as what? Services. Okay, now, and go to services here. After going to services now, okay, you will get to open your services like this. Okay, now, then after, in this services, first I have to check my O.